Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, a good matchup in the NFC. It's the Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. Off we go on this cold afternoon at Lambeau. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way. And it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
To throw on second down is Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on third down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And on third down, that ball incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
And I think each of the last 2 seasons since he's become a full-time starter, Mike, all we've seen Jordan Love do is improve week by week, year by year. And when you talk to his head coach, Matt LaFleur, he's very clear. He said, there is no question in my mind. He can become one of the elite quarterbacks in this league. He just needs to do 2 things: stay healthy and keep winning.
Throwing on second down, Love. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion, it's Golden. From the gun. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
On 4th down, Daniel Whelan is on to punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. He cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Eagles offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
That's good.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for an Eagles first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6, as they convert on 3rd down.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
Short throw taken in by Goedert. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 19-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Hurts now on 3rd and 2. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
This has been some kind of march downfield now when they pay it off with 6. It's 1st and goal. Here's Barkley. And he will score! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Packers 0.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Packers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Love firing to Golden. Now he's loose at the 40. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down. As they'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the 1st quarter. And at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Once again, it's Barkley. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Hurts finding Smith and an Eagle 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. That is caught outright on the arc RPO. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
And 6.
This is 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On play action, Love. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. A go play action with Love. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Go right back to Musgrave. He's got it again. A tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Another catch on the drive. This one for 13 yards and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Zach Barr, the All-Pro, makes the stop.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips gets him for a loss of 7, and now it's 3rd down.
Just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, which is weird, Mike, because they sent so many guys out in the route. But what does that do? It really stresses your protection. The more guys out in the route, the less guys blocking, and the play ends up resulting in a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Hurts now. First down throw there is incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
The ball comes out, and the Eagles recover the football. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Open receiver is Dotson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Short pass, he's got Calcaterra, and they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
42-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
For an Eagles first down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be taken down. 13 pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another first down.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 13 pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another first down.
First down, Eagles.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You can just see the frustration of the defender. Just see him get off the quarterback. He's like, man, hold that ball for 1 tick longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand. And you can imagine, he got close this time. That defender, he's going to keep coming, and don't be surprised if he eventually gets to him.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Made at the 12-yard line. A gain of 2.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more from Lambeau Field. After this, they've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he'll take this one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Elliott on now for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Eagles will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Packers 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Off the RPO, this is Dobbs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Love. Oh, a loose football. But look Looked like a Packer was able to corral it, and indeed, possession stays with Green Bay.
Brings up second down.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and we'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
To number 88, Luke Musgrave. Brings up third down.
Third and a long way to go. Here's Love to throw. This one on target, it's Dobbs. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime.
It's fourth down.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
To throw is Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Packers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts first and 10.
Complete to Matthew Bowden. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's second and 2. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
9 yards. That's good for a Packers first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
That's Dobbs open left side. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's another
11
Packers
yards on the pass there.
down.
First down,
First
Packers.
and 10 at the 34-yard line.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Love to throw it on first down. That complete to Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 60, and this offense is humming. A first down.
18-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
That is pulled in by Musgrave. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Eagles' 16-yard line.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. On the bootleg, it's Love. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete. Adoree Jackson gets a hand on it to make the play.
Third down and
Solid
8
rep there
yards
for
to
this
go.
corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
This is taken in by Dobbs. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
To return is Xavier Gibson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Here's Barkley. Yeah, that's a nice job. Something out of nothing. Sidestepping defenders for a gain of 4.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Man in motion is Brown. On second down, Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now a stoppage for an injured player, and it's Saquon Barkley who appears to be shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for an Eagles first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
It's a gain of 20.
A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
First down.
You know, Mike, this is why they teach these guys to never give up on a run. There was multiple times there that he could have taken what he got, go down with the tackle, and live to play another day. But he kept fighting, broke free, and then look at the play that resulted. Huge gain.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this tackle there, he pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll go fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And they will get another chance. They cover it up after very nearly squandering a great scoring opportunity.
Nearly a disaster there, especially in this area of the field, Mike. You know these guys are reaching for the ball. That is such a priority of every defense around the league. Create turnovers, especially in the red zone. Fortunately for this guy, he gets to get that.
And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the 2nd half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Elliott now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles move out to a 24-10 lead.
Packers 10.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
At the 21-yard line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A second down throw for Love. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
It is 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. He's got it! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 61 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard
It was really
line.
nothing fancy that time, Mike. It was just, all right, line up and run as fast as you can. And once he got behind the defense, that ball came out quick and on time, and now they find themselves in plus territory.
Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On play action, Love. Quick throw, taken in. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's Jacobs. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case,
He's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter. Nakobe Dean gets in there for the sack, and now it's 3rd and goal. So, some extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal situation as we are now through the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And now it's 4th and goal.
there isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Here is Shipley on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The fake the give. Now it's Hurts. And he'll be blocked. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally 1 step ahead of the defense all game long. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's He's going to have the Packers first down by a good couple of yards. They will indeed get the conversion on 4th and 10.
First and 10.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the 4th quarter.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal. I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it and it takes away a touchdown, man, that stings. So we can talk short-term memory all we want. But I can promise you, this guy, he's hoping to get another shot at it.
Here's Jacobs. And he will score! Game on! Josh Jacobs! Touchdown, Green Bay! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big play coming up for the Pack as they're going to go for 2.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point.
Here's Love to throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
Brendan McManus.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Gibson now on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he skips away nicely for that first defender. It's a pickup of 5.
He's brought down at the 31. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 7 and an Eagles first down.
To throw is Hurts. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. And it's an incompletion. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. It's 2nd down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike. And it's as simple as, if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide-open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. This one into the hands of Brown. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Love to throw it on first down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll lead to a second down. Now Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And mark him down up beyond the 30s. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 2. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On second down, Love. This one up top for Dobbs. And he will go all the way. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Big play coming up for the Pack as they're going to go for 2.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point conversion.
From the gun, it's Love. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Gibson now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 30-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, here is second and 7. Barkley. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. Good for an Eagles first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, It's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll power it. Push the pile forward. It's a gain of 2.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
Hurts
13
finding
yards.
Smith, and an Eagle. First down.
Eagles.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Moving left. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Now, on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun here. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Stopping here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
3rd and long.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Here's Hurts. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Escaping, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Packers have recovered the football.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You're ready, you're up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind, and let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory, and after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So, it's a win for the Packers. It was a closely fought affair, but they're able to survive, and they eke out the 1-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.